This is Unity Bees. I am. I made a commitment to finish or at least do read part of me every night or every day, and that's what I'm going to do while I am making some really cool cinnamon toast crunch or cinnamon toast. My mom used to make it for me when I was a kid, so the oven just went off, so you guys get to be here while I make it. So today, Scott Walter, who's I really respect him, he was on the Y Files, which I love the Y Files, and I think he's really dope. He speaks truth, in my opinion, or what he believes is his truth, and he goes by facts, and he seems very honest, and he doesn't seem like a judgy wudgy person, and he has the Cremona scripts of Jesus, Yeshua, and when it's crazy when I channel Yeshua, what he said, he kept talking like, well, how Yeshua channels with me, saying, know this, and talking about natural, just things. When you start to wake up, this is just, like I said, I'm here as a vessel. I am nobody. We are all divine. I am the divine feminine, but so are you, and the divine masculine. Okay? Um, all the glory goes to the Most High, you know? And instead of competing and trying to mess with people's heads and test where they're at, because I can feel when they're, the telepathic. But what sucks is when I'm blocked and I can't read their mind. Why? I don't really have anything to hide. I don't. Now, I am smart enough to know when that's being done. My energy is being tapped into, and I allow it. You know why? Because you'll never really know the true me if you have to tap into my energy like that. God doesn't. God knows. God's in me. God's in you. I know this sounds crazy, but soon, June 6th, I think you'll know. Watch the Y Files because I think it'll get, especially with AJ and Mr. Scott Walter. He actually reminds me of my dad. I think that we probably were in Atlas together, better yet, Moo. And I think we're going to bring back Moo. And I think Yeshua was right. Everything he says, I was right about him. Because I just can't explain it. But he's love. He's not judgy wudgy. He beware of false prophets. You already know. I think he brings the truth. But I also think, we have to. He's smart enough to know that even if he puts something that's even not, whatever, it's because he wants us to look within. He wants us to look within and trust the God, the her that's within us. So I try to take everything with a grain of salt. When they say Yeshua or Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I listen. I respect spirituality. I respect the cosmos. I respect the stars. Okay, and if anybody's, and I don't want to decipher and go, that's a false prophet. They're in church. No way, Jose. No, you can feel it. People know, and if they accuse somebody of being a false prophet, it's not because they're doing it out of jealousy or upset. That's sad, and I don't condemn them. I say we shift that energy. I went through a lot today. Somebody I dearly love told me just to leave, just out of the blue. I don't know what's going on. I don't think I want to know anymore. I think my goal is to love the ones that really even don't like me for some reason or something. I don't know, or that think that they're not loved. Just show that love is possible, and loving self is one of the hardest things. You know why? Because most people have gone through so much. But I gotta speak on me. Sorry. I always turn to I did it. It's all my fault. I'm the reason why nobody likes me. I'm always trying to decipher. Gosh, why are they this? Is it something I've done? Was I something horrible in a past? No. God does not do that, and He doesn't judge anyway like that. We do not know what anyone's purpose is. So we can't judge that. That's just my belief. So now that I'm going to open up the space for love, light, I'm going to ask any darkness or anything that is not of you, Christ, not of you, Yeshua, not of you, Father and Mother, to all the angels that surround me and surround my kids, this neighborhood, this world. We need hope. I'm going to start reading the letters that you gave. I don't know. I know that they were written by an author named Ava Maria, but I don't believe in coincidences. And when they were written, the dates, I mean, they showed up in my phone under a file, just as what I'm about to read today did after I read my written stuff. And I believe it was channeled, but I don't believe in coincidences. And if you watch the Y-Files, you hear how he talks. I was also given a bunch of codes myself. I put it into Google, and it says that they were the Corona documents, too. It was just crazy. So I don't know if I'm being messed with, if I'm in a dream. But guess what? I'm trusting the God within and the God around. Of course, Jesus is not from this world. He says that. He's part human. But he did die on the cross for all of us. Even the ones that struck him, even the ones that, persecuted him. He looked up and said, "Oh, Baba, please forgive them. They don't know what they do." He is a gangster. And Mary Magdalene is a gangster, and she needs to be heard. All the apostles, but there shouldn't be jealousy. And I know God and Jesus knows that. And Jesus comes to bring the truth, and I love that. That's all I seek. I don't seek it for power or I want to be, because you know what, really? I could do this or that if I really put my mind to it, because I know what's in me. I've healed, I've done it, but it's been, guess what? I say it wrong. I have done nothing. It's the Holy Spirit that's within me. And I thank our Father and Mother. I bow down to them. They created us. They created you, me. They loved us just enough just to create us and say, you get a life. You get to live. And what a glorious moment. And I spend a lot of it. And I know, and it is tough. It's real tough. And one day you'll hear the real whole story, and Yeshua will verify. She ain't lying. She went through it. But in order to get to it, we got to go through it. And sometimes I'm realizing, because I ask myself now, since I've awakened or am awakening, what are you trying to teach me? What do I need to learn from this? And I never used to do that, and that helps. All right, so I took me a long time, to separate all my stuff that I typed, and even stuff that I found that came out of the printer that, hey, I said it, but there's some stuff I don't know that I said. I don't know, but I don't believe in coincidences. So the secret prophet just could move mountains. That's all I'm saying. But poems, I write them. I love them. I when I channel, I know, the poems I write, I listen to them like, that is not me. And it ain't AI. That was me. And I think, God, man, I can't even say I'm talented. That's a God in me. If I wasn't tapped in, I would never be able to do that. And I used to be like, it's not that good, or I decipher it. No, man, you got God in you, just like as you do. I got God in me, so it's perfect just as it is. And then I think when we second guess ourselves, that's when the ego tries to be like, redo it. Because the ego is like a mouse, which I love. I love all animals, but when a mouse wants to eat and all this stuff, and if he's in your kitchen and you're like, or whatever, they want to eat like dogs. My dog loves me. I'm loyal to all my dogs, and they're loyal to me, but really, they want food too. It's so cute. I'll give them, I feed them, their food, and then the leftovers, I'll give them treats. I'll even cook them a little French toast sometimes. And, for when I cook for my kids and them, and I bring them their food, just like I bring my husband and kids, but it pays off because the love that they give me and the watchers that they are, and I feel their love. And so when I hear somebody dear to my heart thinking that my earphones are on tells me to leave. It's heartbreaking. But man, I've changed so much. I don't feel hatred towards, because I get it, man. There go I, right? Anyway, somebody will love me. Somebody will see, and God loves me. But we all have soulmates, and you don't force soulmates. You don't put spells on anybody. You don't do any of that stuff. Destiny will be destiny no matter what anybody says or thinks. And the only person that can change destiny is the God above, the mom, the universal parents. And when you pray, pray with good intent. When you pray for that person, I'll be like, we weaponize Jesus. We weaponize Buddha. We weaponize all these spiritual beings because, and I'm going to give you an example. I've done it. Somebody messes up or pisses me off. Not to glorify, but I busted a script. This was a long time ago. I'm talking about 2004 or something. Literally. Good friend of mine busted a script, and she didn't come. She went to go pick it up, didn't come back with it, dropped me. Well, shit, I know the consequences. This is my thinking now, but my irrational thinking was, I'm praying for that bitch. Oh yeah, she needs God. Like that is not unity. So I learned from that. Now I have to be like, whew, because I'm flawed. I'm human, and going through a lot, and it's hard. So I have to go back and say, God, forgive me for the words that I've said or the thoughts that I thought. Please cleanse me. That's not me. I'm able to quickly identify, Kate, you're being stupid. You're coming from ego. You need to calm down and trust the process. God's real. So trust it. And it's hard out here, man. Just like that song, it's hard out here for a pimp. Gonna make it done. You know what I mean? Serious. I know that's kind of, but I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna be some suck up Ruda Tuda, honey. I went to the park with my kids, played football. My husband took my dog Captain, and he kept biting my ankles. He was very close to me. He wouldn't move unless I moved. But it was funny because the boys wanted him on the team, and he went after me. He was like getting my, it was cute. He's just so damn cute. All my dogs are. And but it was nice to get in the nature, to feel the water. I would jump in that water and hold it all muddy if my kids were there. I don't care. That's fun, man. That's what we did when we were kids. And that's what I think it's important. God says to come to him like a child. And I guess, and I know we have to grow up and do certain things, but damn, do we really have to grow up? We can still be an adult, but we can have fun, not lose our imagination. That's how indoctrination slipped in. Anyway, he said, be careful of Yeshua, be careful of the ones, the prophets that know things, but will still try to use the words to weaponize, to control, for power, for whatever. No. And today I learned a valuable lesson. I don't have to shit for anyone. I say it a lot. I shit for no one. But today I actually believe it. I don't have to keep second guessing why you want to get in my mind, which means I'm allowing them to get in my head. So at first it probably sounded like it was like dumb. I meant like I allow it, okay? I allow that space to get rent. And I ain't getting paid $1, baby. Broker than a joker, honey. And that's fine. You know what? Because I know God provides. I don't need anything. I really don't. And I gotta remember that. Stay humble. So, all right, let's begin. So I thought I'd read. This is a really goopy poem. I've read it once. Make my coffee. Also, I want to say this: anybody that is, just check how are they trying to get you to not like someone? Are they hating on someone? Are they throwing shade on someone? Because for me, I don't think it's right if we shouldn't talk about other names. We can say events that happened, how we felt, but I mean, you can do whatever you want, first of all. But I'm not going to do that because I feel like that's not pure intent. I'm really throwing shade, and so it's all about intent. If we're praying, if we really are our brother and sister's keeper, not our judgy wudgies, not condemny wimmies, but when we pray for all all parties involved. And that's how we'll be able to shift this energy, right? So, pump knowledge. Sparkle splash fairy dusted princess. Consequential times. Waters my holes. Never dismisses. Purple rain kisses. Star pump souls. Meditating to Tibetan bowls. Like the midway hours unfold the beauty of my coal. Endless gardens of my authentic story told. I clean my crystals. No more impulse shotgun pistols. Live, laugh, love. Recognizing white doves. Hearing the messages up below and above. My change is rearranged. Sometimes a little deranged, but still, angels transmute my pain, and I am grateful. I get on my knees, I pray to thee, I say thank you because today I am able to love me, to love you, to want to see us all free, be unity. My bones, ever so elegantly strummed, piano's infinite keys. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Back to do. Alphas, omegas flow as whispers of my ancient known ancestors helps feed my heartbeat as my milk and honeys ripes my sweets. Pump, pump, pump. I pump knowledge like men. Haven't even gotten a college degree. Never indoctrined. I choose to twinkle, twinkle the little star. Astro projects my vehicle's car. Found strength and struggles thrice. Again, to tapping into universal Christ. My lump of the coal goes. Finally alchemize my diamonds on froze. Intertwined knowledge vines, timeless fairies, Kid rocks my berries. Explode, Kate. Damn, that was right on time, wasn't it? Explode, Kate. Chosen love. So love opened gates. Universe, we break every curse. I do rebirth. It feels, Ezekiel's wheels ignited my wheel of time. Be kind, please. Let's move forward. We don't need a rewind. Back to the future, no more selfish ego soothes her. Petting Mother Nature's fur. Elementing tones, me, him, and her. I hear the geometric tones of light, eclipsing the dawn of day to her darkest night. That's with a K. The cold me used to stay boxed in. The flames I have walked through, no longer condemned, by Katie Tribble. All right. This is podcast that I had transcribed, that I talked about, that I didn't, it's not on any of my, the ones that I upload now. So, and it's funny because the way it was typed out and printed, and I haven't regret it. It's just, I wonder if there's any hidden gems in there that I didn't type or whatever. So, it says Katie, and this is at zero energy. Hey, this is Kate. This is Kate T. Katie T. Hey, this is Kate. And I didn't do that. That's weird. Podcast. Just wanted to do an episode about trusting in God, trusting in Jesus, or whoever you call your higher power, and what he's done in my life, and kind of like what books that I'm reading. So what I've noticed, it's in like every fucking day of my life, my mind gets scattered and battered because I have so many different beliefs, and yet so many ideas stem from these. And then I think, how can we unify this universe? Because we are shifting. And every time I think about Mother Earth and I see that the ground and I see the recycle or the plastic and the bullshit on the ground. And since I've had my spiritual awakening, it has been so hard for me to see this. I walk and walk and walk and find beer bottles and cups and things, and Mother Nature is conscious. She's awake. Anyway, I want to talk about something that I wrote, and then I'm going to go into detail about it. And it's like 3 in the morning. Wow. I'm having a lot of issues because I'm a real motherfucker. Sorry I'm cussing so much. I apologize. I'm to tell you guys how it is, how I'm feeling. Because I want to be real, and I am real. And right now I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling betrayed. But see, when you're tapped into this realm, God will show you things. Our Father, my Father, our Mother, Jesus, will show Sukanaka, who I choose to call God, the universal Christ, will show us if we allow them to. What we may not want to know, and yet, because I begged for the truth, the universe gives it to me. But see, when you get a truth, even if it's bad and it's not really something that I was expecting and yet was, I was prepared for it. I was prepared for it because today I'm going to talk about trust. I'm going to talk about the full armor of God that I never take off. Ever. It burns bright. And I even, when I pray for my kids and husband, hey, keep that full armor of God. Let's break these generational curses. And God will God will prevent us from walking down the wrong path because we are His children. He will bump us. He will trip us. He'll send angels to bite our ankles when our thoughts are bad, like my dog does. I think everything I do, I recognize that it's the universe speaking to me. Like I just saw a light out there, bright blink. There's no car in my backyard. That was odd. Anyway, and if you think I'm crazy, look at my YouTube. You'll see all the many orbs that come. And I'm not, anybody can do this. They resonate with how your heart is. And it's beautiful. Who am I trusting in? That's a big question. I don't give you trust in a ketchup packet. If you trust in a butthole, if you trust in a Dumbo's ass on a Tuesday, if you trust that you didn't take a shower for 7 weeks and smell like 7 dead carp cooking on a hot furnace, it doesn't matter. You trust that JJ is going to smell, you know? And okay, I'm in one of those moods. So Crazy Kate is today, right now. So Crazy Kate is today, and right now, Crazy Kate. Let's just pray that I can simmer it down, sight it down, and truly bent this light into darkness from the mother spheres. And I'm praying that I can get some really good guests to share their stories because I'm feeling worthless right now, and I think it's important that I share these journals and stuff because when you expose things, especially when you can expose them in an atmosphere where somebody can hear it and they can relate to that, so then they can expose their stuff. And that's how I feel. But I feel like the universe keeps telling me to put things out. Keep posting. I got you. So anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. And then it seems like every time I do that, every time I put something out there, it erases. I forget about it. I allow it to rent space in my head. But since my awakening, I now look at the gratitude and the amazement of how much I've changed and can identify when something is rational or irrational. And that is big. And I got the tools, man, in my head, around me, mentally, in my toolbox. I can mood surf. I can positively talk my shit out of my negative self talk, but I am statements. I am happy, healthy, and wise. I have confidence, courage, and strength. I am sorry. Please forgive me. You just things like that, and it's gone. That thought. It's pretty cool. Okay, where was I? Okay. Oh yeah, I found God. Oh wait a minute, huh? It's not just me. I have validation of it. It gets frustrating, but you know what I find? God tells me, just Katie, just be in a state of being. That means don't hold energy that's bad, or don't talk about negative energy, or don't hold negative energy, because that can like stick on to people. And so just be in a state of being where you can like love. And even if you don't want to love, as long as you're not thinking, messed up thoughts, or you're not allowing, I'm going through a lot, even with my relationship and just everything. It is very hard, and I talk about this, but that helps me expose it and make the right decisions. And for both parties, like I'm not doing it to throw knives in somebody's, no, but I deserve love, and not to be lied to. And I used to never have those goals. I didn't think I was worthy of that. To say set boundaries. Yeah, right. What are boundaries? Fuck. You know? Let me see. I feel like I'm mocked a lot, and I've seen it. Um, person that gets in my accounts, a little ASMR eating. I'm sorry. No, I've seen it. They even like went out of their way. And I've not done this, to make pictures of me, make fun of me, and it's on my account, so I see it. And I used to cry about, but I don't anymore, because God said, "Let them mock you, let them call you names, let them think you're crazy." Because in the Bible, it even says God, when His children, He works best with, right? What? The ones that have the thorns in their flesh, right? The ones that actually in the Bible it says are out of their minds. So when you feel out of your mind, or people say you're out of your mind, well, guess what? You need to say, okay, I must be doing something right, because that's when God works with you, and that's in the Bible. And if you see, if and see if you can be grateful about this pain, or the thorns that are in your flesh, like Paul did. I love. I love 2 Corinthians, all his work. He wrote behind bars, and I can relate to that. Most of his work. But 2 Corinthians talks about chapter 12, 10 through 8 through 12, actually, or 8 through 10, when he's boasting, and he's got this thorn in his flesh, and he's hurting, and it's painful. And he's begging to God, he's crying, like, why are you doing this? Why do I deserve this? And then and God, of course, because God loves him, and says, we find strength in our weaknesses. And that's huge. And big. It's huge. What, are you going to work? That's what I'm saying, see? So, I'm probably going to get a divorce, but it's all with good intent. I ate a lot of things. I cannot sleep. I might as well make money. Okay. You shouldn't go to your wife or whoever and say he's going to work, but everybody, I'm not stupid. This happens all the time. You left at 4 o'clock yesterday and he didn't come back till 6 o'clock today. I know you just heard him. He said he took 8 Klonopins and he can't sleep. It's real nice. I can't, you know what? He's prescribed them, but that's a lot. He needs help. I'm not the one, I pray, but I mean, we're getting a divorce. It's too much. I wasn't the one he loved. Ever. I guess I'm eating. That's why I came down here, really. Because when you hear stuff, you know, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be on this. So at least you're here in my life. So let them mock you. I said that before. Sorry. I just got upset because I didn't understand that. And I used to be so paranoid, like, oh God, is he trying to tell people I did? Because he was making up lies. When, you know, people have affairs, they make you look bad. They'll even use your accounts. I'm just saying. And I say this with all pure intent. I really do. I truly want him to be happy. But not why you got to kick me down to do it or lie on me. But it's okay. Like I said, I love. So I just have to, it's hard. It is not easy. But God always will come through, and that's faith. So I won't get much sleep. I sleep alone. Hopefully that won't be for much longer. Hopefully God will send me somebody that loves me. I don't think he ever loved me. I mean, I'm sure he'd come on here and tell you that. He doesn't. Yeah. Huh. It sucks because I'm not computer savvy. He's really computer smart. So I don't know who's really listening to this. I was told what he told my family and others, which was a complete lie, but you gotta expose it. And he knew how to push my buttons to make me look crazy, and I learned about gaslighting. I still love him. I just have to love him enough to let him go so that he can be with his family, his real wife and baby and all that stuff. Because I'm having that, you know, when somebody tells you you're not worthy of love, but you still cook for them, you do everything for them, bring it to bed like I do. And I'm not perfect. Fuck no. But damn it. All right. Anyway. Probably cry. It's so far for me, but yeah. So he knows how to come down and break my mood. It's okay. Maybe I won't read this right now. Maybe I'll read this. I'll read the other thing or something. So I'll get back on here. There's a lot I wanted to say, but I don't want to cry. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.